in response to my colleague who just spoke from the minority side, we wouldn't be holding a second hearing here today if GSA had both followed the recommendations of its own internal watchdog, the Office of Inspector General, that concluded the GSA failed to consider the emoluments clause when evaluating the lease. And we wouldn't be here today if they were recognizing the legitimate oversight authority of this Congress. Now, what we're here about is the Constitution of the United States of America, and that's pretty damn important. Doesn't matter who's president. Your president, my president, anybody. But in this case, we would love to see the so-called legal memorandum that concluded that this lease does not violate the emoluments clause of the Constitution of the United States of America. And as I said, the OIG said it wasn't considered. They apparently have seen the secret legal memorandum, which we're not being allowed to see, that somehow concludes that either the President of the United States is not an elected official or is not benefiting from the lease. Now, I don't know which of those two conditions it is, but it seems that that's a problem. Now, and the gentleman carried on at some length about us reviewing in camera the financial documents with a restriction that in exercising our legitimate oversight authority to see whether or not the taxpayers in the United States are being made whole under this lease, that we would be bound to secrecy after viewing them. Now, I think the gentleman has sat through some of the hearings with Boeing. Even Boeing, a private, for-profit company, didn't try and impose such a restriction on us. In this case, we're talking about the government of the United States of America, a federal agency trying to impose such a restriction on us. That is outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. And the only thing we've gotten from GSA that's meaningful is a letter that they forwarded from an attorney for the Trump organization in terms of why GSA wouldn't comply with the records request. That's a bit odd. Isn't even from the legal counsel at GSA. I think they do have attorneys. In fact, they have some sort of legal analysis, maybe, about this lease, which we can't see. But that letter, forwarded by GSA, questions our oversight jurisdiction, our legitimate need for financial records. So the question is, who is GSA serving here? Trump LLC or the people of the United States of America? That's why we're here today. Now, we're confronted with something of even greater import now, which is the potential sale of this lease. Let's just say that Vladimir Putin or one of his oligarch friends decides to buy the hotel for an outrageous price. Wouldn't that be interesting? Oh, well, what if it's the Chinese? Or what if it's bin Salman, who apparently helps hack phones of individuals who the administration doesn't like? Will there be a security review of this lease? Will the GSA refer it to CFIUS? Because Congress has said, buildings that are to be leased by the government in proximity to sensitive institutions, military bases, et cetera, and this isn't pretty darn sensitive, it is across the street from the FBI, it'd be a great place to do surveillance. Is a GSA going to go through a full CFIUS process? We will be asking those questions later in this hearing. We also asked GSA to conduct an audit. We asked last September, would you audit? And GSA has yet to respond to that. So the gentleman wonders why we're here today. We're here today to protect the interests of the people of the United States of America, the taxpayers of the United States of America, and the Constitution of the United States of America. That's why we're here today, no matter who's president. I yield back to Bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.